Charges have been upgraded for the suspect in a brutal hatchet attack in downtown Tucson. 25-year-old Daniel Michael is now facing a murder charge after 32-year-old Jacob Couch died from his injuries. Michael appeared in court today on a first-degree murder charge. A judge set his bond at $1 million. He's accused of hitting Jacob Couch in the neck with a hatchet while he and his wife Kristen sat at a streetcar stop earlier this month. The family of Jacob Couch is now making plans to bring him back home to Alabama, where he will be laid to rest. His brother Luke spoke with me today. He says the family is still finding it incredibly hard to believe that they are now planning for a funeral.
His daughter is never going to get to see her father again. My mother will never get to see her son again, and I will never get to talk to my brother again. For what? For nothing. Nothing at all.
Luke Couch is still coming to terms with the shocking and heartbreaking reality that his older brother Jacob is gone. Jacob died after suffering a severe injury to the back of his neck after being attacked with what is believed to be a hatchet in broad daylight at this streetcar stop on the corner of 6th and Broadway in downtown Tucson.
It doesn't seem real, but I know that it's real life, and so you just really put one foot in front of the other and just do what you can, and it's about all you can do.
For nearly 2 weeks, Jacob fought for his life at Banner University Medical Center. Luke says things took a turn when his oxygen levels plummeted.
They were using a bag to help his lungs inflate, and they just told us his heart gave out.
Luke says Jacob took his last breath just minutes after the Tucson community held a vigil outside the hospital.
I would like to think that my brother saw that, we were going to be all right, and that's whenever he went on to be with the Lord.
Luke says the family was not in the hospital room when he passed. They had just left the vigil to head to dinner to get their mind off of things.
We spoke with many nurses that have told us that this happens regularly. If somebody gets the moment where they're without their family, they feel like they're more at peace to pass on.
He says they are now making arrangements to bring Jacob's body back home to the small town of Arab, Alabama, where he will be laid to rest next to his father. Jacob and his wife, Kristen, were only making a detour in downtown Tucson on their journey back home after a months-long trip to Los Angeles, a trip that was meant to help the couple grieve the loss of their son Brooks, who was stillborn in May of last year. Luke says they have some peace knowing the two are reunited.
He was loved by so many, and I know he's so happy to see Brooks.
Moving forward, he says they're going to try their best to return to some sense of normalcy. They plan to do everything in their power to make sure Jacob's accused killer, now facing a first-degree murder charge, can never harm anyone else.
We will definitely be back in Tucson for all the court appearances and anything that is asked or required of us to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else and no one else has to go through this, and to make sure that my brother gets justice.
And we are, of course, continuing to pray for that family. The family isn't sure when they will be heading back to Alabama. They plan to stay for Daniel Michael's preliminary hearing next week. There have been some fake donation pages created online to profit off of the family's tragedy, they tell me. We have the proper GoFundMe page that you can donate to right now on our website.